Hi, John Paul Barry here with Pocket Fire. I'm going to answer some of the questions that you guys might have about the band and kind of what we're all about. So, number one, how did you get started with music and how did you develop your sound? Well, for me, I've always been playing music since I was a kid. My dad was a blues bass player, and so when I was growing up, guitar really fascinated me, and I felt drawn to that particular instrument. And of course, I learned how to improvise just by playing guitar and playing blues, rock, things like that. I had a really fantastic teacher who started me out early working on improvisation and music theory. So that was really helpful, and it helped shape me into the musician I am today. What do you want people to take away from your music? So for me, I just want people to enjoy it. I want people to have fun. And if they need a way to escape from their reality, then that's what we want our music to bring people. There's a lot of darkness and sadness and anger and things like that, those kind of emotions in the world. And so we want our music to be separate from that and apart from that. So we try not to put too much of those specific emotions into our sound, into our music. We're more of kind of an upbeat, uplifting, kind of maybe philosophical, ethereal type sound. So. All right. How would you describe your sound to the average listener? So that's a little more difficult. So we do have a sound. We are rock, but we dip our toes in multiple genres. So we all have different types of music that we like. So our bass player likes a certain type of music, or drummer, me. We all come from different backgrounds musically, but when we bring it together, we have our own unique thing. But we do use a little bit of elements from other things, so funk and pop, and I like more jam band type stuff, progressive rock. So we kind of throw that in there as well, and then it kind of comes out with some bits and pieces of different things. But really, you just kind of have to listen to it, and you'll see what I mean when I say that it does come together in a weird way, and there is a consistency along the songs. So, who are three bands you'd like to tour with? Well, the Black Keys, I feel like we're pretty closely associated with them. Cage the Elephant, which is one of my favorite alt-rock bands recently, and The Strokes, which to me is a classic rock band that I've always loved ever since I was younger. So, what's your thoughts on AI-generated music? So I recently did a post on Facebook. I was answering somebody. We got into this discussion of AI. So I went and found that post. So I'll read it here. I said, it's a big change for sure, but I think that it will all turn out okay eventually. Back when recorded music first became a thing, the AFM, which is the American Federation Musicians Union, banned its members from recording in studios. They were upset because it replaced live musicians. So there's always been an outcry or kind of a picketing of changes whenever something like this happens in music. People get upset and they say, oh, we're taking away from yada yada. So I don't really feel that necessarily with AI. I think that I think AI will just become another tool for us to use in our creative process. I think for Pocket Fire, we have kind of thought about creating a no AI label for our music, just because we don't use it, and we don't use AI for generative things for a creative process, and we also don't use ChatGPT or anything with our lyrics. The problem is that sometimes when I show people music or stuff that I've worked on, and they ask, "Oh, that's really cool. It's really good. Is it AI?" And that's kind of the first question that bothers me, because if there's people out there that are listening to things and automatically assuming that it's generated by AI, and I think that's an issue that we're going to have to face as creators going forward. So I think a no AI label, if you write or produce something and you do put in all the time on the production, the recording, the writing, the lyrics, which take hours sometimes or days, I think that you should be able to take pride in that and say, I did not do the easy thing, which is go and use AI or something like that, right? So that's my take on it. And also the fact that the stuff AI makes is really, really good. I've heard lots of it and it's fantastic. So, but we don't want to be creatively impotent by using it every time. We want to still foster our own creativity. All right. What's your take on the current state of alternative rock? So my answer here, I said, looking at the Billboard Hot 100, whatever today's popular music is, worldwide popular music, I find that it's lacking rock a lot. There are some rock acts, and there's some artists that are classified as rock, but to me don't really fit in the rock category. It's kind of more of like a pop-ish take on rock. But as far as the alternative rock, there's really not a lot going on. So I'm thinking that there is an opportunity there for somebody to come along and do something. Of course, it has to be new. And so that would be great if Pocket Fire could be kind of a change. We could usher in something new, change it up a little bit. It doesn't have to be as popular, right? I mean, it really doesn't. But I think alt rock in general is just not really as mainstream as it used to be. Obviously, the mainstream is taken over by hip hop and country. So I think history repeats itself. So as time goes on, people will start wanting something different, and we'll kind of get back to more rock stuff, but maybe with a different take on it. And so it just will kind of go from there, I think. So anyway, what's the current local music scene like in Georgia? Lots of indie bands. And we're close to Atlanta, so there's a lot of indie rock bands. There's shoegaze, which I've not really gotten into myself. There's a lot of metal bands up here with a lot of different categories of metal. Of course, there's a lot of subgenres of that now. So there's a pretty big metal scene here. There's also obviously, Atlanta's just hip hop staple. Hip hop is a staple for Atlanta, so that's definitely up here in Atlanta. In the more middle areas of Georgia and rural areas, you get a lot of southern rock and country. What's your take on the royalties that streaming services pay out to artists? So my take on streaming and music is that don't put your music on Spotify expecting to make any money. Unless you're a mega pop star, you're not going to be making any money from Spotify. So we put our music on Spotify as a convenient place for people to go and listen to it. I think artists that shouldn't be the first thing on their mind when they put music on any streaming platform. You should not be expecting anything out of that other than having your music somewhere that you can direct people to. And a place where you can get noticed. So playlisting, things like that. And that's helpful. But as far as income streams go, streaming is not where it's at. So find another place, find another income stream to make money. That's my take on it. All right, what's next for Pocket Fire? So we have 3 songs that we released on Spotify, and we have about 8 more that we're working on that are ready to go. We're going to release probably 1 per month until we have enough for a full-length album, which we will then release as an album. And then following that, we'll start playing local venues. So we already play out a lot, but we do cover gigs and things like that. So once we start hitting with our own music, start playing the local venues, at that time we'll probably start looking for some potential management opportunities as well, and seeing how that goes from there. Once we have a following and a solid product. Okay, any shout outs? I'm going to shout out to our friend, as in one of our band's closest friends, and also helps us out with recording, David Pippin. He owns Pippin Music Academy here in Carrollton. All of the band's family members, so my family, Jeremy's family, his wife and his kid, Alex's wife and kid as well. Our previous keyboard player, Justin Tarver, fantastic keyboard player. We miss him. He got into school at LSU, so we're proud of him, but we miss him. And then all of my fellow classmates and professors at Berkeley, my fellow alumni. So yeah, and that's pretty much it. So thanks for listening, and we are excited about working with From the Depths Entertainment, and we're excited for the future of Pocket Fire.